Hey, Red is joining us right now.
Hey, Red.
Yes, she is. How are you guys?
We're
Good, how are
good.
you?
Hey.
Hello, Laura, my darling. How are you?
Hey, baby.
And then
What am I, fucking chopped liver?
Yes.
Oh, you know I love you the most.
yeah, she loves you, you wet bastard. Settle down, Jeff. Settle down.
Sit down.
Now, Red has joined us. Red McCord is joining us here on Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. We want to talk about the Facebook note that you posted a few days ago. So, why don't you go ahead and tell people about the note that you posted, and we can go on from there.
All right. So, well, do you want the full story, or do you just want about the note?
Give us the cliff notes.
He wants the cliff notes. All right. Basically, what I decided is a lot of my very close friends are gay and out of the closet, or not quite out of the closet yet. And with it being Gay Pride Week, I was discussing this issue with one of my very close girlfriends. And we share a lot of the same mutual friends, and we decided that we were going to become girlfriends on Facebook for a week, that we were going to, quote-unquote, come out of the closet in support of those who have not been able to make that decision yet, who have not had that support from their families. And, you know, we got a little bit of negative feedback from people saying, oh, my gosh, okay, you're faking it. You're not really a lesbian. You know, you guys aren't really bi. You're just faking it, you know, so you really have no clue what it's like. Well, they're kind of right, because we've never had to go out in public and face it. But at the same time, just making that little click on there to say, you know, I am a lesbian, I am in a relationship with a female, and we connected together on Facebook, and you can actually, you know, still go to my Facebook page and see that I'm in a relationship with Amy, very much a female, very much a very good female friend of mine. And, you know, it's one of those, we've immediately got a lot of positive feedback. My phone started blowing up with people saying, oh my gosh, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. Oh, so this is why none of your marriages ever worked out. Oh, so this is why you won't date me. Oh yeah, there were some stingers in there. It's like, dang guys, that's rough. But I started my parents didn't quite understand why I did it. Like, because of course my parents are on Facebook, and they're like, what, you're a lesbian? Since when? And I was like, and I had to explain to them as to why Amy and I made this decision to come out, quote unquote, this week in support of Gay Pride, in support of those who have come out, and in support of those who have not been able to make that decision yet to come out. And it was something I discussed with my boyfriend before I did it, not in real detail. He kind of had a clue what I was doing, but I think it really caught him off guard that I was no longer in a relationship with him, and I was in a relationship with a chick with really big tits. So it's been an interesting week, to say the least. There's been a little bit of negative backslash, but not much. Most of it has been extremely positive. And before we ever did it, like I said, I ran it by a whole bunch of our friends who are and are not out of the closet, and every single last one of them was, hey, go for it.
How many of your friends came out of the closet after that happened?
I've got a very good friend of mine who came out. She had been struggling with it for about 2 years. And she called me up yesterday and she said, okay, I've changed my status. I'm also officially announcing that I'm dating Susan. I was like, seriously? Like, you guys have been dating for 6 months. She's like, I know, but I'm actually publicly admitting it now.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
And, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm not a huge, you know, I'm just one small voice. But there's so much hate out there against somebody who might love differently than a traditional male-female relationship. And there's really no need for it. I mean, I'm straight as they come. I'm extremely straight, but I do appreciate a good-looking woman. There's nothing wrong with another female, appreciate another female, and supporting another type of love other than your typical heterosexual.
It's like, it's not like heterosexuals cornered the market on love anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I've never understood people being so preoccupied who someone sleeps with.
Exactly. And that was part of it. because it was one of those that actually what spurred Amy and I to make the decision was a couple of our friends had come to us and they'd said, hey, we heard this rumor that you guys are together, that you guys are dating. And she and I are both comics, and we are both improv comics. And basically what an improv comic will do is they will basically be one up in the other one until the bell rings. And basically there's no bell that ever rings with us. We just keep on one up in the other one until basically we're, I kissed a girl and I liked it in the bar.
Nice.
You know,
I would have loved to have seen that, honestly.
A lot of people did. A lot of people took pictures and they liked it.
I bet.
And if you guys can ever get on the road and we do a show in Chattanooga, you'll get to meet my quote-unquote girlfriend, and we'll do a whole comedy bit, and we'll get a couple of fun bands in and just have a big old party. But that would require somebody actually coming to Chattanooga to party.
Yeah, I know. I'd love it. Honestly, I would.
When I hit Lotto, don't worry, I'm gonna drive all around and see all you sons of bitches.
I'm a son of a bitch now.
Rock. And Laura, you got a place. You got a place to stay at my place. I won't even hit on you. And the guy's gonna go find a hotel.
You're not gonna hit on me?
The first place I'm heading to is freaking Mississippi to pick Laura.
Awesome. That would so rock.
Right. And don't worry about it, Laura. We won't have to drive the damn thing. I'm gonna hire us a driver.
Yeah, you have to have a separate location for your smoking there though, dude.
Oh, I know.
My lungs. My lungs suck.
We'll smoke in the back room only, and the rest of the place is no smoking.
Okay, our good friend Ebo in the chat room says, I'll make sure to change the locks when Jeff wins the lotto.
You better, because I'm a-coming. You better.
Gotta love Evo. And I'm so sorry I'm not in the chat room tonight, guys. I'm actually not at my home right now, and I'm trying to deal with a secured network, and it's not letting me in, so I'm not able to join everybody in the chat as I normally much preferably would, so my apologies there. I know I normally try to do that with you guys.
It's all good.
Do two things at once.
You know where
I think that's called me by technology.
Yeah, technology just blows. It just does. And you know what, Way? I want to thank you for opening up about this discussion on this show. And it's stuff like this that needs to be talked about as far as, the gay community is concerned. I mean, they just like the rest of us. They're human beings. I mean, bisexual, transgenders. I mean, they're human beings. What they do with their life is on them. And we shouldn't have to judge them because of their sexuality and orientation and stuff. Just let them be. Just let them be.
I mean, and there's so many churches and Christians who proclaim to, love everybody. But then, down here in the Bible Belt, there's such a whiplash against it. And there's so many people so afraid to come out and admit who they are. It's really sad.
There's like states all over this country that bans gay marriage. I mean, you would think that
the rest of us end up miserable and divorced, so why can't they?
I mean, if they want to if gays want to get married, that's then let them get married. I mean, we shouldn't let we shouldn't let what they do affect us, heterosexuals or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's a damn shame that all these years that this country and this whole world thinking that we turning over and open up to people, and yet gays are the only people that they get look under a microscope. I mean, they can't open up the way that they like everyone else does. I mean, people.
It's not just gays; it's also bis.
Yeah, gays and bis.
You take a look at the bi population, and I mean, if some
they get it from both sides.
They're treated the same way.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like pick a side. You're just faking it. Blah blah blah. It means you're a slut. Blah blah blah. It's horrible. I've seen it. I've seen people make comments about anybody that it describes themselves as bi or what they say.
And it's not pretty, and there's got to be an end to the hate out there. And I know that one voice doesn't make that much of a difference, but I know the feedback that I've seen just in a few days, and so I've seen that I've made a little bit of a difference, and I would really strongly encourage others to maybe not make such a drastic move as I made, but to support your gay and lesbian communities out there. I mean, they're the same as the rest of us. They just have sex differently.
They're freaking
that.
I know. I mean, you got a lot of people that wouldn't appreciate everybody else being all up in their business, but it's perfectly okay to make decisions for other people about theirs. It just strikes me as silly.
You're very right. Now, how would you guys feel if your girlfriend did such a thing like this? If she literally admitted to the public, "Oh, hey, I'm a lesbian. I might be dating you, but I'm a lesbian." How would you guys, Jeff and Kenny? How would you guys feel about that?
Can I watch?
Oh my God!
You see, that's the absolute worst. That is the absolute worst.
You wanted my answer. There it is.
Yeah, my boyfriend would probably say the same thing.
I know, but seriously, can I watch? I mean, is it any of your business as to what goes on in my bedroom?
Well, actually, you want to know something I don't want to watch? I want to play too.
Oh, sorry, baby, that's not going to cost you extra.
That's okay, I got plenty of money.
If you got plenty of money, how come we're not doing the show on the road? Oh!
Because I might be heading somewhere else.
Yeah, Hooters is not a strip club.
No, I might be, unfortunately, I might be moving again, but that's neither here nor there, so I don't know yet.
Gotcha. Moving sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You lose all your shit and things get all discombobulated. It sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, to answer your question, I don't judge nobody. I don't judge a book by a cover. If that's what they want to do, then they should go for it. At the end of the day, is what I feel about the person, and that's what matters. So I don't judge a book by a cover.
See, Gary said the same thing. As long as I can join in, Gary said the same freaking thing.
Gary.
See, I was even just harassing, my boyfriend tonight because I jokingly said, because my quote unquote girlfriend had just texted me. I said, Amy's texting me. He said, tell her to come on over. We'll have a threesome. I'm like, no. I was like,
see?
I don't think that's. I was like, that's not the way this works. It's like, I know, baby, I know. I'm just giving you grief. But why is that our initial reaction?
Because we're preferred society at our heart, but we like to be, it's screwed up. You got one part, it's very sexual, and you got the other where it's mechanical. It's both extremes.
You want to hear from a guy's point of view? Watching two girls go at it is fucking hot for a guy, okay? There's the fucking truth.
Who said it wasn't hot for a girl?
I didn't say it wasn't hot for a girl, but it's fucking hot for a guy. Unless you're gay, of course.
Jeff.
What would you expect?
Hey, I'm just being me. I'm just telling Gary. I can guarantee you Gary is saying the exact same thing.
Well,
I'm not the only guy that thinks like that. I can guarantee it.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah, Gary was basically, his girl was like that. He'd be like, as long as I can join in. He said that's
Yeah. See, look, even on the chat room, he says, I am. See, he agrees with me 100%. That's the way guys think. You wanted a guy's perspective? There you go.
But that's really not her point. Her point is, it's like immediately they go there.
Because
it's perfectly okay. Okay, so if you got two guys that, go in there and they're going to be hanging out, going to have a sleepover. Oh, can I watch?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing anything. You watch anything you want.
I'm talking about if two guys if they're not together, but they decide they want to, have like a movie night or something like that, and a chick goes, "Hey, can I watch?"
Sure, come on over. I don't care. Watch the movie with us.
He's not getting it.
No.
I am getting it because I'm not
No,
going to be. I am getting it because I'm not going to be doing anything with the guy.
Well, I
Except
know
one-
you're not, but I'm saying that as talk about two guys, not you, asshole. Jeez.
I
ain't talking about you. I know
Okay.
what you'd be doing. You'd be on your hands and knees begging for a woman to beat you with a baseball bat.
Okay,
That's what you'd be doing.
No, if you know what, if it was
Go,
two guys,
Laura.
I'm
Go,
sure the two
Laura.
guys
Go,
would turn
Laura.
around and say, yeah, sure, you can watch. Why don't you join us?
The thing is the fact that, you got guys that'll go, you mentioned it in your note. You got guys on 1 minute be throwing insults, and next minute be like, oh, hey, can I watch, baby, and all this other crap. It's that mindset is what she's referring to, not the fact that, yeah, it can be hot watching two girls go at it. I understand that. It's the mindset she's talking about, that it's perfectly okay to treat women like that. It's perfectly okay to, because a woman is lesbian or a woman is, bi, that they just automatically, there's the whole joke. If someone says they're bi, they'll never be without a date. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Am I making any sense?
Yes, you are.
No, you are making complete sense.
Wow.
Total sense, and you've
totally understand
you've
what you're saying.
reiterated my point.
Am I putting forth your point well enough? I hope.
Yes, you are. You are totally, completely backing it up.
Yeah. I'm not going after you, Jeff. I'm just saying
I know,
that's
but
what she's talking about.
I know, and I'm telling you, you wanted a guy's opinion. I'm telling you exactly how guys think.
Most guys, yeah. Yeah, most guys, that is not immediately what they're thinking because they're thinking with their dick.
Exactly.
Because guys always think with their dick.
Exactly.
Not always. There's you can't always say they always do. Is
Well,
that
you're
right,
right.
guys?
You're right.
You don't always think with your dicks, right?
Some think with
No,
their ass.
not always.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give them a little bit of a break here.
Yeah, I know a lot of decent guys that aren't like some of the pigs you've run into. The pigs exist. Just as much as, guys can sit there and say bitches exist. It's how it goes. You always got the bad apples.
Very, very true.
Huh? It's not
Very,
coloring
very,
the whole
very
entire
true.
gender as bad. I know better.
At the end of the day, they find out who their true friends are.
Yeah.
As far as
Very true.
you when you open up and you tell them about your situation, you find out who's there for you and who's not. And for those that's there for them, good for them. And for those that aren't, screw them.
Well, it's one of those that there is a particular female that is also very much in support of the lesbian and gay community and transgendered. I don't want to forget the transgendered community. That, kind of ripped me a little bit on this one. She's like, you can't put, 1 foot on each side of the line. You have to, decide one way or the other. You just don't go doing this. This is showing complete disrespect for the seriousness of this decision that, some people have to make. And that's her opinion, and I applaud it. And that's been a few other people's opinion. I have not encountered very much of that. I've encountered very, very, very little of that.
I can
count on
that.
one hand how many times I have had that response from this. While on, it would take, I can't even count how many times I've had people come up and say, hey, this is cool. I can't count how many Facebook notes I've gotten, from people who I had no clue saying, this is cool. You're really making a stand for something, even though you're not, you're making a stand for something that's pretty cool. And, hey, if you ever do decide to cross the fence, can I take you out for coffee?
Yeah, I can counter this person what they said to you. I can counter that. Can they honestly, do they mean that you can't be either or? You can't ascribe to have both feet on either side of the fence? Because that's in a sense of what bi people get accused of. That they're not making a choice.
I think the
for
point
bi
that they were making.
Yeah, and it's not.
I think the
and it's
point
not
that
right.
they were making was the fact that I was downplaying the seriousness of the decision, because it is a serious decision. And I had no intention of downplaying the seriousness of it, because it's a huge decision, and it's something that should not be taken lightly at all. And it's not something that my quote-unquote girlfriend and I took lightly, and it's not something that, I took lightly.
Here's the thing. Being a public figure, it is a big thing. Because, the decisions you make in public are ones that can affect you, both your personal life as well as your public life and your business. It can affect all those things. So what you are doing is very serious, and you're trying to show that you are taking it seriously, that you're trying to be an example and willing to take the heat for doing this. Because you already have. You're taking the heat, so obviously you are taking it seriously. You're not sitting there, oh, ha, 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 this is funny. Let's see how many people think I'm in a lesbian relationship, blah, blah, blah. No, you're doing this to be in solidarity with people who deal with being judged for who they love every single day of their life. I've never had to face up to that. I mean, I've experimented in my younger days, but I've never had to deal with what they deal with. So I can never possibly understand. Okay, they could accuse you of that. But you're trying to make a stand as a public figure, whether, they consider, what you do being public. You're a business.
I'm pretty public.
You are your business, and you are putting that out there, so it is taking it very serious. Okay.
Well, it's one of those that a couple of years ago I sat with one of my best friends who is very gay, and he had come. I was just like the second or third person he'd come out to. I sat with him when he went to go get his first AIDS test. After having his own drama, like we have in straight land. He had his drama in gay land, and I had to go sit with him while he had this done, and it was one of those, when we walked in the building to go have the testing done, it was one of those, he's like, let's put on our hats, and let's kind of duck, and try to avoid people seeing us, and let's drive around the block and make sure nobody's watching. I'm like, okay, that's fine, because he did not want to be seen walking into this particular well-known building, because then people would be like, oh, he's gay, or, oh, she's gay. And, with both of us being public figures, it would not, it's not very well accepted in the area.
Yeah.
And
hey,
that's
I got no
exactly
problem.
what we did.
Jeff, you're lucky where you live at. California is known for being a very understanding and accepting.
I got no problem for you. You want to be gay? Be gay. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. I don't give a shit.
And the South,
but the problem is not everybody has that attitude. Yeah.
No. Especially not down in the Bible Belt.
I live in Mississippi. I mean, I'm lucky enough to know, people that don't believe in that. And, we have, a guy my dad works with who has been in a committed relationship with his partner. They are actually married. I don't know how many years, but it's been a very long time. It's not everybody has that kind of attitude. There's some people that, you like another guy, oh, you're going to hell, and making all kinds of judgment like that, and it's like making their life. I mean, a lot of people, all they want to do is just be human. I mean, they want to do what humans do, love another person. It's just, they happen to be the same gender. That's the only difference. And there are people that are very much up in that and very much against it, and they make their lives hell. None of us could ever know what that's like. None of us on this call know what that's like, of having to face that every day. Of what some kids go and have problems in school with that. I mean, we've seen it. Kids who have committed suicide for it. It's not everybody has the live and let live attitude, unfortunately. I mean, we wish that we could all be decent people, but not all of us are. It's fact.
You're very right.
The way I see it, it's time for communities to step up and, let people know that, hey, just be who you are. Have a stand, like a community, or just stand up, or have some, get together and let people know that it's okay. I think communities all over the world just need to step up on that.
We've been blessed here in Chattanooga that we've got a very strong community for the gay, lesbian, transgendered, and it's really a beautiful thing to see. And it's a beautiful thing to see, both sides supporting each other. But, in as much as our community is supported in the Bible Belt, there is still such a backlash.
Yeah.
I mean,
you have that everywhere.
In as much we've got a fantastic, I cannot say how many, wonderful people I have met that are, walk a different line than I do.
Yeah.
And I'm completely supportive of that. And we've got a fantastic community here in Chattanooga that does such a thing. But at the same time, we are in the Bible Belt. And, it does happen. There is still hate out there, and the hate has got to stop. And the only way we are going to stop that hate is by, individuals
more of
making
us standing up. Yeah, more of us standing up and fighting back and leading by example.
Absolutely.
Kenny, next year during Pride Week, are you guys going to be boyfriends?
What's that?
I was asking Jeff and Kenny if next week during Pride Week, if they claim each other as boyfriends.
We've been boyfriends for 4 fucking years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they got
no,
together.
No, I'm talking about very publicly. I'm talking about doing what. Next year during Pride Week, I challenge you guys to make that step. If it's something, but only if it's something you strongly believe in. Don't do it just because I challenged you and, Red challenges, we've got to do it. No, and even if it's not with each other, I challenge you to make that step. Hey, Laura, will you be my girlfriend next year?
Okay.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. And the funny thing is, I got plenty of Christians on my Facebook. I don't mind. I'll do it.
If there's more people that will make the stand, there's going to be more people that are actually comfortable with, who they are and bringing some awareness to this issue.
And I can tell you right now, my boyfriend would be completely cool with it too.
Well, good.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I got a girlfriend lined up for next year. Now I just got to break up with the current one.
Well, you got a year to worry about it, so.
Too bad you can't make polyamorous relationships on Facebook.
Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious? That would be hilarious. I think my boyfriend would probably kill me though if I did that. He's been really understanding throughout this whole process.
Oh, kudos to him for that.
Really, accepting of the fact that, his girlfriend's extremely opinionated, and, even if he had told me no, I was probably going to do it anyways. No, I would have done it anyways.
Oh.
Because there comes a point when you have to stand up for what you believe.
Yeah. Yeah, we all do. And if nothing else, it's, for your fellow humans. It's time for the decent people in this world to take a stand.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just waiting for Jeff and Kenny to stand up next year.
Maybe if they got together again in Kentucky. I noticed Jeff ain't saying anything.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
About that time.
Talk about being caught.
It's a funny note to end on, though.
Yeah. Jeff's show is about to come on, so we're gonna have to conclude. But thank you so much, Red, for this discussion. Thank you for calling in. You're always welcome to call in.
Thank you guys for having me. And if anybody has missed the note, they can actually go to redmccord.com and they can find my blog on my website. And I'm going to actually be publishing up another article here within the next 24 hours, kind of a conclusion as to what's gone on this week.
I will definitely look for that.
That should be out in the next 24 hours, but there's the current article up there out. And you can just go to redmccord.com and find that. And thank you guys so much. I love all three of you and all the listeners, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about this.
Thank you so much.
That was a wonderful idea doing that, and you know I adore you.
Yeah, and we're girlfriends next year for Pride Week. So.
Oh hell yeah.
You have a good night, Red.
Night, guys.
Night, Red.
See ya.